Hey, what's up guys, Jack here from Magpie, back again with another episode of Music News Monday. We've got some festival announcements, some other news dotted around, so if you want to keep up to date with all the alternative music news going on from the past week, keep it here at Salute the Magpie. And don't forget you can head over to our Facebook page where we're giving away 2 tickets to Slam Dunk Festival in Birmingham. All you have to do is follow the simple steps on our pinned post, so go over there to check it out. So let's just get into the news then. So kicking things off, we're heading over to Bloodstock Festival where they've announced another headliner in Ghost. I think it's a pretty decent shout. They've also got other names on there if you haven't already checked it out. Hatebreed, Skin Dread, Testament, other bands like that, along with the headliners Amon Amarth and Megadeth. So it's shaping up to be a pretty decent lineup, and it's pretty diverse with Ghost thrown in there now. So it's looking all right. Same can't be said for Reading and Leeds though. As I said, Reading and Leeds not really living up to the hype. They've announced over 100 bands, and they're really moving away from, you know, rock and punk and that sort of thing. Even on the pit stage, I feel as if they're struggling to find really established bands. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from who's headlining the stages, but While She Sleeps are headlining, and they're playing on their upcoming tour, a headliner tour. They're playing clubs. They're playing the Asylum in Birmingham, which is probably a 400-500 cap venue. And you know, last year they've had Mastodon, and they've had Dillinger sub in, and year before that they had Newfound Glory, who were playing much bigger rooms. And I feel as if it's not, you know, the same sort of level. And you know, and other bands such as Knowles are sub-headline in that stage as well. There are some decent names, don't get me wrong. Boston Manor, Tiger's Jaw, those sorts of bands are really looking good. But I'm looking all over around the bill. Yumi at 6, not really doing it for me. Other bands like that, it's not that great. Make sure you check out the full lineup if you're interested in it, but it's definitely not one of the better lineups that they've had in recent years. Good news for Net Deep fans, they've said that they've finished their 3rd studio album, following up from their 2015 effort, Life's Not Out to Get You. I'm stoked to hear some new music from them. Make sure you leave a like if you're as stoked as I am. And then we have our pals in Hopes Up High, who have released their EP, Fingers Crossed, Eyes Closed as well. If you're into pop punk, definitely check that out, and we'll be doing a review on that EP very soon on this channel, so stay tuned. Pretty exciting tour going on as well. Straight and Path have announced a tour going around Slam Dunk Festival, so they're doing some European dates, some UK dates thrown in there as well. Around the Slam Dunk Festival weekend. So if you're a fan of Straight from the Path and not heading to Slam Dunk, make sure you're heading out to one of those shows. Fearless Records have been pretty busy as well over the past week. They've announced 2 bands. Firstly, Australian alt-rock band Eat Your Heart Out, along with a 3-track EP, Carried Away. And they've also signed Grayscale, which are kind of a cool emo punk band. They've played a few shows in the UK, but I'm definitely excited to see what they can do now that they're on the Fearless label. Finally, we've got some new songs for you from Into It Over It, Brawlers, Employed to Serve, In Heart's Wake, and then finally we've got The Family, who are made up of Dead Hearts members. So if you check us out on our Facebook page, we've got the link to the new video from that, so make sure you go over there if you're into it. And if you're interested in going deeper into any of these stories or hearing any of these tracks, we're going to have all the links in our description, so make sure you're clicking on those, checking it all out for yourself. So that's been your little roundup from all the weekly news from alternative music. Make sure you're keeping it here every Music News Monday for all the latest updates. And I've been Jack from Salute the Magpie. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next week.